My name is Janae Stracke, and this is On Air with Heritage Action, a podcast built for conservatives. Twice a week, we break down in 5-ish minutes or less how you can get involved today in the fight for conservative values. I recently filled up my 4-door sedan, and it cost me $75. I was stunned. Just a couple years ago, I could fill my car with gas for about $35, less than half of what it cost me today. During the height of COVID restrictions, I spent a lot of my free time driving to nearby beaches, hikes, and sometimes just driving for the sake of driving. I also grew up in Western Iowa, so driving has always been a part of my normal daily routine and something that I actually really enjoy. You also can't go anywhere in Western Iowa without driving quite a ways. And if you're from the Midwest or another agricultural part of the country, you know what I'm talking about. Driving is a necessary part of our livelihood, not just for leisure, as I mentioned above, but for most of us, it's a literal necessary part of our jobs. It might be the commute to your office, or you might have to transport products you're selling, or maybe you're a service technician who has to travel to your clients, or you might have to haul your livestock or food and water to your livestock, or plow the field for spring planting. I could go on and on and on about the amount of gas we use daily just for transportation purposes. And I'm not even tapping into the amount of products we use every day that require oil to be made. Plastics, cosmetics, shoes, clothes, sports equipment, medical supplies, common household items. The list feels almost endless. The point being, oil is a necessary part of our livelihood and economy. We literally cannot function without it. But the left and the Biden administration, which are synonymous, are anti-American energy, and they continue to drive us towards a weaker and failing economy with bad policies. During the first 12 months of Biden's presidency, the price of crude oil rose 45%. Gasoline and diesel prices are the highest on record since the Energy Information Administration started keeping track in 1993. Natural gas prices are up 46%. Average household electricity prices haven't grown this fast since 2008. Even coal prices are trending upwards. Rather than address this energy crisis with solutions, the Biden administration is deflecting and blaming others. Biden is calling this Putin's price hike. But those Joe Biden I did that stickers were going up on gas pumps all over America in 2021, 6 to 8 months before Putin's army crossed into Ukraine. Instead of opening up and incentivizing American energy exploration, the left hopes Americans will just stop driving gas-powered cars altogether. What's the Biden administration's answer to high gas prices? Drive an electric car. Meanwhile, coastal elites will continue to fly around to their global warming and green energy conferences in private jets. Maybe they should try using Zoom, like they forced school children to do for 2 years. But they aren't interested in changing their habits. In their view, the working class must pay the price that elites are exempt from. And it's the working class who feels the price hikes the most. Nancy Pelosi has a $20,000 fridge filled with $10 pints of Jenny's ice cream. She doesn't care if she has to pay $7 for a gallon of gas. Most of the time, she can probably even have her campaign funds cover it. But for the average American family making $35,000 a year, doubling gas and energy prices means cutting back on food, savings, vacation, clothes, and more. Here's the truth. Biden is cutting off the American energy industry at the knees. This administration and Democrats in Congress have explicitly said their goal is to destroy the U.S. fossil fuel industry. On his first day in office, Biden killed the Keystone Pipeline XL by rescinding a key permit needed for the pipeline to operate across the U.S.-Canada border. Despite being legally required to do so, the Biden administration has refused to hold a single sale for leases of oil and gas exploration on federal lands. This includes offshore lease sales in the Gulf of Mexico. Biden has also appointed financial regulators who have put out numerous regulations which discourages investments in the fossil fuel industry by making it more costly. Meanwhile, his energy secretary, Jennifer Granholm, said the they actually had the gall to tell Wall Street to start investing in oil companies again. Yet another deflection. As we approach the November election, Congress is trying to give cover to the Biden administration by passing a redundant Russian oil ban without opening up American energy. And if they're successful, they can claim it's a bipartisan issue rather than Democrats carrying the burden of our failed economy alone on Election Day. Here are a few concrete actions the president and Congress can take to help America move to energy abundance. President Biden should reverse course and immediately approve a cross-border permit for the Keystone XL pipeline. Expanding pipelines between Canada and the United States will help ensure a steady supply of oil to American and global markets. Biden needs to cut through government red tape. Regulations inhibiting access, production, and use of American oil should immediately be rescinded. Regulations from the Department of Interior, Environmental Protection Agency, Department of Transportation, and others are making it hard for domestic energy producers to respond to demand. And it's not just drilling. Congress can also relieve burdens on refineries, which represent roughly 16% of the price of a gallon of gasoline. Transporting oil is also a major cost. Because of the Jones Act, shipping oil from Texas to New York can cost more than shipping oil from Saudi Arabia to America. Congress should repeal the Jones Act. Lastly, the price of oil is set on a global market. Biden should encourage Europe to become an energy-producing region again and cut their own dependence on foreign energy. Clearly, America does not need to be dependent on other countries like Iran, Saudi Arabia, and Venezuela. We have clear actions we can take if our leaders will be bold enough to actually lead. The Heritage Foundation continues to research and publish real solutions, while Heritage Action is working with legislators who actually care about working Americans and want to make energy more affordable. That's it for another episode of On Air with Heritage Action. Thank you for tuning in. If you like what you heard in today's episode, please click the follow button. If you want to receive a text message each time a new episode airs, text podcast to 51776 and you'll never miss an episode. That's podcast to 51776. Hi, it's me again, and we need your help. If you like the insights and activist resources we are providing, please take 1 minute and help us spread the word. Share this episode with friends and family on social media, email, or text. We need everyone's help in the fight to hold Washington accountable. And don't forget, you are also able to subscribe and listen to episodes on your smartphone. Just open up your favorite podcast app and search for On Air with Heritage Action. Click subscribe and download episodes so you can take them with you on the go. It's the best way to make sure you never miss a thing. Thanks.